What's up, guys? My name is RoyaleRebelle, and I wanted to talk about this trend I've been seeing within the cosplay community, and that's this push for bot cosplays to be allowed in cosplay craftsmanship contests. And I do want to emphasize that I'm specifically talking about craftsmanship contest. I know depending on what convention you go to, some do make performance-based cosplay contests available, which obviously, like, if you buy a cosplay and you're just using it to perform, like, obviously that's above board. But there is this weird push for people who buy their cosplays wanting to enter craftsmanship contests, you know, contests that you're being based on your skill crafting. And I feel like I know a little bit why, and I just wanted to talk about it. I know I've talked about it on TikTok before, but I thought this would be an interesting conversation to bring to YouTube as well. And the big thing that this comes down to, though, is social media. Now, my take on social media and cosplay is that it's both done a lot of good and a lot of bad for the cosplay community. Now, without social media, cosplay would not be as mainstream as it is today. It would not be as accessible as it is today. And I feel like that as cosplay and social media grow together, that cosplay will become even more accessible down the road. We're just still kind of in a growth to it being accessible for all kind of thing. Now, with that being said, social media has also really warped like the perception of cosplay and what the average cosplayer's experience is, because obviously when you have people with like the most impressive builds or the people that are keeping up with all of the trends on social media, like they're going to be the more prominent faces that you see. Like, so for example, one way that I think social media has really warped cosplay is that like it has made a lot of cosplayers feel like that they need to jam out like 5, 10, however many cosplays within a given year, which is crazy. I just want to say that right now, that is crazy. And the cosplayers who are able to do that, I guarantee you that there are things going on behind the scenes that you do not know, whether that's a level of education, a level of resource, you know, friends that are able to like help them along the way. There is something going behind the scenes that you don't know. And there's actually some cosplayers that have been caught up in drama because they've omitted the aid that they've gotten from other cosplayers. That's a whole other thing that I am not getting into right now. But I think that this also extends to like cosplay craftsmanships, because a lot of the prominent cosplayers that we see on social media, that we see on YouTube, they're master level cosplayers or they're award-winning cosplayers. And even kind of just to take a second there, and even just to kind of take a second there and think about those titles, those are very impressive titles. Like being able to call yourself a master's level cosplayer or an award-winning cosplayer, that gives you a level of validity that like a follower count is never going to be able to give you. And it definitely helps when you're trying to establish yourself as like an expert, which is kind of like what social media does, because there is this weird trend where we see follower count as a form of social currency, and the higher your follower count, the more validity we attribute to, because like, hey, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people are following you, like there must be a reason behind that. But if you're able to call yourself a master levels cosplayer or an award-winning cosplayer, that gives you a sense of validity outside of the social currency of follower count. And that's what I think a lot of these people pushing to have their bot cosplays and into craftsmanship contests are trying to do. They're trying to build validity for social media without doing the work that goes into cosplay contests, because again, like a lot of people don't know is that some of these cosplays can take years. Like I've heard from multiple people that the winner for New York City Comic Con's cosplay contest this year in 2023, her hand beating alone took 2 years, like 2 years on at least one aspect of her cosplay. Now I don't know how many man hours specifically, like I don't know the breakdown, but like it took some time. Or even if we look at the person who took second place, like they took the time to learn how to wood carve, I believe it was. I don't remember if they metal forged. They learned some really impressive skills that you're not going to learn in a short period of time. Like so like when we come across these cosplayers, or we come across like this media talking about cosplay contests, you're just seeing this snippet. But like what people who really yearn to be like a famous cosplayer, to be a famous content creator or an influencer, like they just see how much people are engaging with that content without really kind of going through the process of thinking like, oh, this is what I need to do in order to get followers. This is what I need to do in order to like create a platform for myself. And so like it's really kind of like just comes down to like social media and like trying to take shortcuts on it. Hopefully though, this is kind of just a phase. Being someone who's streamed on Twitch and kind of sees like emerging trends as more people get into Twitch streaming, I kind of have a feeling that this isn't going to be like a short trend. I feel like this is going to be a reoccurring thing. But what do you guys think? Like, why do you think that there's this push for bot cosplays and into cosplay contests? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more cosplay content.